Hey RoadRUNNER viewers, Tom Roderick here. With me today is the 2023 Zero DSRX. This is Zero's adventure bike. Is it an adventure? I don't know. That's the big question. For me in Southern California, I found the closest adventure I could do, which took about 30 miles from my door to where it turned to dirt. And the route I was going to do to take me over the mountain and then into Corona, where I was planning to charge up the bike, that route was closed. We came up with a different route that was longer. Now, the Zero could have made it, but the ranger wasn't sure that that road was open or closed at the end of the road. And there's just no way I could take that risk of going all the way down the other side, because if I got the other side and couldn't cross, I would have had to come back, and I don't know if the battery would have made it. Now, this was a weekend. There was plenty of guys out there on motorcycles and four-wheel drives, running around. But, there's no way I can stop and borrow a half gallon of battery juice.
Looking for more exciting motorcycle travel, editorial, reviews, news, and resources for planning your next motorcycle tour? RoadRUNNER.
So, I did do some adventuring, but again, for, say, me here in Southern California, it's a challenge. Even on the ride home, when I got down the mountain, it said I had 50 miles to go. And I'm like, great, I can make it home easily. I only got 30 miles, but it didn't make it that far. I got about 9 miles from home and the thing's flashing, telling me I better pull over. I did find a charge station. It took about 20 minutes to get this thing back up to 15 miles, which it was 9 miles to home, so I put a little extra in. I got home with about 4 miles left on the clock. In Zero's website, and what they say is that, a lot of their reasoning for electric motorcycle transportation is, most people, commute within 30 miles round trip, yada, yada. And this bike would still do that just fine. But again, to call it an adventure bike, I think that's a little bit of a stretch. Now, the performance of the bike is actually, top notch. It has fully adjustable show a fork, a fully adjustable show a shock, top end stuff there. You can fiddle with it, get your settings into where you really like it. The power, the torque is awesome. I've said this repeatedly with electric motorcycles. You just can't beat it. It's so much fun. And when I was doing my adventure ride up in the mountain, it was really nice having no engine or exhaust noise. It's just, you feel like you're more communing with nature that way. I did enjoy that. Weight-wise, it's about the same as the BMW GS. They say about 544 pounds for this. I think, yeah, the GS all fueled up is about 549, give or take. But with that one, again, you've got 200 plus miles of range with the BMW. Another nice thing is the way they have it set up with your instrumentation and the phone app. It's pretty cool. You can get up there. They have the instrumentation divided into 4 quadrants, and you can choose, which quadrants reveal what information. And it has 5 ride modes. Now, it comes standard, I think, with Street, Sport, Canyon, Rain, and Eco. And then you can get in and you can create your own ride mode. And I created like an off-road one, and I created one for just the street where, I wanted so much power, so much torque, and then you could get in how much braking regen or how much engine regen it delivers. If you are going to go exploring, if you set up like an off-road mode where you're getting a ton of regen when you're coming down the hill, obviously that's going to help out a lot. But you don't need like maybe full torque or full power, which is going to help save some of the battery life. On the street, I had no issues with it on the street. It was comfortable for the most part. The seat's a little scalloped. It's wide back where your butt is, but it does scoot you forward a little bit. The bars are nice and wide, great leverage for moving this 544 pounds of mass around. It's a little weighty, but you can push it hard enough and touch down some pegs. I had to, press pretty good to get those pegs on the tarmac. I did notice on the left side that you will also touch down the side stand. So if anybody's riding that hard, be a little bit careful, because you are going to touch a hard part down as soon as you start, bending that foot peg a little bit. In terms of braking performance, it has these J1 brakes. If I'm correct, Brembo does own that now. For a $20,000 bike, it just doesn't have the stopping performance I would expect from that price range. There's a adjustable windscreen up front. It's manual by this little knob over here, but it has, about 1.5 inches or so of raise. There is a a 12-volt outlet over here, which I was surprised because I did want to hook up, my phone and some stuff, and I had to get the converter with the 12-volt that would go to a USB or a USB-C, which I'm surprised this isn't just at least a USB outlet. They do have a nice multi-gallon storage compartment right here, which was really handy. I like that a lot. Your charging unit is right up here up front, makes that very convenient. What I didn't realize too is that with the J1772, it is just a level 2 charger. So if you're out going places and you stop, to get from basically like a 0 to a 100% charge is going to be upwards of 2 hours. And it does have a very cool reverse function. You have the kickstand down, you use your mode switch up here, you get it into your parking aspect, and then put your kickstand up, and then you can roll it. It'll roll backwards at a slow speed, and then you hit the start button, and it'll roll forward at a slow speed. So it's kind of neat in the way that works. It also does have cruise control, so that's a nice feature as well. And when this bike came out, it was $25,000. Your quintessential benchmark of adventure bikes is going to be a BMW GS 1250. And that one retails, I think, base model about $23,000. Now, they did just recently have a price drop on the Zero from $25,000 down to $19,995, so $5,000 savings right there. That's about it for this Zero model. If you're going to do the big long tour, more power to you. For the guy that's just going to, want to spend that kind of money on a nice commuter bike, it is a good looking motorcycle. It is a lot of fun, and I think you'd enjoy it for that. So if you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit the subscribe button at the bottom, and we'll see you next time.